Hi friends, today we're going to be talking about our next topic, which is stars. What is a star, types of stars, and constellations. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is what we need to do to set up our notebook. So I'm actually going to zoom out, and you have a page, it might actually be 2 pages, where you have these items on. You're going to have your title, pause. We are going to do what is a star. Oop, it accidentally got glued on there. We're going to make that a flip. Star temperatures is a title. And then we have 4 flips underneath our title of types of stars, and then our thermometer. So you're going to pause this, put it in this order, and then come back for the notes. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to discuss is what is a star. A star is a ball of hot gas. There are about 200 to 400 billion stars in our galaxy. It is a ball of hot gas. It is 200 to 400 billion in our galaxy. And when we close that, it's going to look like that. And you are going to need a blue, this could be pen, crayon. Actually, I think I'm going to use crayons. So you need a blue, you need a red, you need a yellow, an orange, a brown, and a white. But you don't really need to color the white in. So these colors are what you need, and we're going to use them to color our thermometer. Okay, so types of stars. As we go further down the thermometer, the colder something is. The higher we get, the warmer it is. So we're actually going to start with the coldest stars first. Now they're not cold, it's just out of all of the stars, they are the coolest. So I'm going to color this one red, and there's a piece right underneath it that we are going to color brown. Okay. So the red is actually going to be called a red dwarf. So I'm going to write that. I have tons and tons of pens. I'm just going to color this here. It's going to be our red dwarf. Dwarf meaning small. So out of all the stars that we're going to talk about today, this one is on the cooler side, the coolest side. I will be going in order of temperature, so as I talk about them, the warmer they will get. This is a red dwarf star. So a red dwarf star is the most common type of stars. They're about the size of our star, which is the sun. They are cooler and dimmer than other stars. The cooler one is the dimmer it is. The hotter it is, the brighter it is. So this is the dimmest and the coolest of the stars that we're going to talk about. So that is a red dwarf. The next step is orange. I'm going to color. That is not going to represent a star. It's just going to represent a color at this point. And then the next one will be our second star. They are yellow stars. So yellow stars are warmer than red dwarfs, but they are cooler than the other ones. So this is a yellow star. So a yellow star will be brighter than a red dwarf because it is warmer. So we are going to, let's see, we're going to write a yellow star. I'm going to color this yellow. Okay. A yellow star. Our sun is a yellow star. So our sun is not the largest star, nor it is the hottest star or the brightest star in the solar system or the universe. They are medium size and medium temperature. Okay, so that is our red dwarf and our yellow star. So pause that and take these notes, and then come back when you are ready. The next one is going to be a red supergiant. Now I'm just going to keep this white. The hotter a star is, the shorter its lifespan. And that is because it burns out its energy more quickly than a star that is not as hot. So these are extremely large. They're larger than yellow stars. Nope, that's a Y. Extremely large. They have a shorter life because they consume fuel faster to burn hotter. Actually, let's see if I can zoom out so we can see that a little better. There we go. Oops, these are red super giants. Okay, and that's what I'm going to put on the front. And this one is going to be white to match over here. Okay, and then our last one is blue, and that is a supernova. Out of all of them, a supernova is the hottest. This is the end of a red supergiant's life. So once a red supergiant runs out of fuel, it turns into a supernova. There we go. Supernova. A supernova is at the end of a red giant's life. It explodes and it turns into a supernova. So it explodes and turns into a supernova. Now I am going to write supernova here. All of the stuff comes together and can form debris, forms a nebula. So supernova debris forms a nebula. So there we go. This would be our star notes. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about will be constellations. Now we are going to put the constellations, it just has this little piece here, and then this is cut out and the back is glued on, and that's it for our constellations. So a constellation is a group of stars that form a picture in the sky. Now I'm going to zoom in. A constellation is a group of stars that form a picture in the sky. Depending on where the Earth has rotated, we will see different constellations based on which direction the Earth is facing. So we will not always see the same constellations. We will see them different parts of the year, because the Earth is not facing toward them. So we have, let's see if you can guess which one this is. So we have some stars. What constellation is that? If you said the Big Dipper, you are correct. That is a constellation. So the stars form a picture. Now if you look on the front of this, this is actually a star chart. Okay? This is a star chart, and a star chart is basically a map. So star charts are maps of the stars and constellations in the night sky. Now you can only see constellations on a clear night because the clouds come between the person looking and the stars in the sky. So you'd have to use on a clear night. Also, the further away you are from light, if you are in the city, you will not be able to see the constellations and stars as well because the light blocks what you're seeing. So when you're out in the country or rural area, it's much easier to see. So that is our notes on constellations and stars.